Badge of honor, it was a blistering summer afternoon in Atlanta when Marcus Dillard packed up his 10-year-old son Elijah's baseball gear after a Saturday game. Elijah, a wiry, energetic kid with a love for comic books and curveballs, had just hit his first home run. The father and son duo celebrated with high fives, laughs, and plans to stop for ice cream on the way home. Marcus, a 38-year-old Army veteran and now a decorated FBI field agent, had always raised Elijah to be proud, respectful, and alert, especially when it came to the world outside their home. They climbed into Marcus's black SUV, his FBI badge and gun stored securely in a locked compartment beneath the driver's seat. He didn't flaunt it. He didn't have to. As they rolled through the quiet suburban streets, a squad car suddenly pulled up behind them, lights flashing. Marcus calmly pulled over a young white officer. Officer Grant stepped out. His posture was rigid, his hand already hovering near his holster. He tapped aggressively on Marcus's window. Marcus rolled it down halfway. "License and registration, of course, officer," Marcus replied, reaching slowly for his wallet. Elijah sat frozen, his small hands gripping his baseball glove. Grant's eyes darted to the back seat, then to Marcus's skin. His face tightened. "What are you doing in this neighborhood?" Marcus kept his voice calm. "Heading home after my son's game." Step out of the vehicle. Marcus glanced at Elijah, then back at the officer. "Officer, I'd like to know why I'm being stopped." Grant's tone grew colder. "You fit the description of a suspect." "Step out." Elijah's eyes widened. Dad. Marcus nodded slightly at his son and stepped out slowly. Hands visible. Grant moved forward, aggressively patting him down, then suddenly pushed Marcus against the SUV. "Hey!" Elijah shouted from inside. "Get off my dad." The situation spiraled. Neighbors peeked from porches. A second squad car arrived. Marcus was being treated like a threat. "Not a father, I'm not resisting," Marcus said. "But my son is watching. You need to ease off." Grant sneered. "You people always say that. Always got some excuse. You're lucky your boy is here." Marcus looked Grant in the eyes and said, "I am lucky. I'm lucky to be his father. And you're going to regret this. Is that a threat? No. It's a promise of truth." He slowly turned and used his chin to gesture toward the compartment inside the car. "Unlock the driver's side floor panel. Inside, you'll find my badge." FBI. One of the backup officers followed the instructions skeptically. A minute later, he returned, face pale. "Ah, he's legit." Special Agent Marcus Dillard. Atlanta Division. Grant's confidence collapsed. The backup officer snapped, "You didn't check ID?" "He's a federal agent." Marcus, still calm, addressed the backup officer. "Is my son okay?" "Yes, sir." Shaken, but okay. Elijah climbed out of the car and ran to his father. Hugging him tightly, Officer Grant was stunned. I didn't know." "No," Marcus replied, finally looking Grant directly in the eye. "You didn't care to know." "That's worse." Silence fell between them. "I saw a black man in a nice car, in a white suburb, and I assumed the worst." Grant admitted, I'm sorry." Marcus placed a steady hand on his son's shoulder. "Being sorry doesn't undo the fear you caused my son today. He'll remember this longer than you will. But maybe, just maybe, you can learn something from it." Grant nodded slowly, humbled before Marcus drove off. He looked back one last time. "You judged me by my skin. But it was that same skin that wore a uniform, swore an oath, and risked everything for this country just like yours." He paused. "Ask yourself why the badge only meant something to you after you saw it." As Marcus and Elijah drove away, Officer Grant still his own badge feeling heavier than ever. Before epilogue. 1 year later, Officer Grant, now part of a community outreach program, visited Elijah's school to speak about policing and justice. Afterward, he approached Marcus outside the auditorium. "I'm trying," he said simply. Marcus shook his hand. "That's where change begins. THEAND.